Hong Kong police officer shot with an arrow at university battle. The latest clashes took place at the fortified Hong Kong Polytechnic University, the last remaining campus holdout. By Stephen Rusolillo, Hong Kong. Protesters shot a police officer in the leg with an arrow. Started a large fire and blocked a key tunnel, pushing back police firing water cannons and tear gas near a fortified university as tensions flared Sunday following one of the most violent weeks in more than 5 months of anti-government protests. The heightened skirmishes from a day after China's People's Liberation Army troops made a rare appearance outside one of their barracks to help remove roadblocks and other debris. Dressed in jogging attire that some described as a propaganda stunt, the move stoked fears about the Army's future role in this city. The latest clashes took place at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, the last remaining holdout after protesters and police turned several campuses into battlefields during the week. Police said a media liaison officer was hit in the calf by an arrow, adding the attack posed a grave threat to the safety of everyone at the scene. Protesters also started a massive fire on an overpass near the Cross Harbour Tunnel, which is located near Poly U and links Hong Kong Island to Kowloon. The tunnel remained closed Sunday as it has been for days. Tolls booths have been destroyed by fire and debris still cover the road. The intensifying standoff comes amid concerns over whether the City District Council elections, scheduled for November 24, can go forward. The Hong Kong government and police are also under increasing pressure from Beijing to crack down more forcefully and find a solution to protests that have only grown more extreme since a peaceful march in June drew up to 2 million people, according to organizers. Sunday's clashes kicked off at Poly U at about 10 a.m. and stretched into the evening. Police lobbed tear gas and shot blasts of water, some containing the blue dye designed to make it easier to identify those on the front lines. In an attempt to disperse hundreds of protesters, the officer who was struck by the arrow at around 2 p.m. was taken to a hospital in a conscious state, police said. Poly U issued a statement condemning the behavior of those occupying the campus and urging them to leave immediately. Additionally, police said they used a long-range acoustic device that was installed on its armored vehicles. It is believed to be the first time the device has been deployed in the protests. Police said it is used to broadcast messages over long reaches in noisy environments, and dismissed claims from protest groups that the device can be used as a weapon to disorientate people. Meanwhile, demonstrators threw bricks and Molotov cocktails, while some used the school's archery equipment to shoot arrows. Video feeds showed protesters using homemade catapults to launch the homemade fire bombs at the water cannons. Most other university campuses had emptied out by the weekend, with hundreds of mainland Chinese students fleeing across Hong Kong's border into Shenzhen out of concern for their safety. Following the latest unrest, the Education Bureau said schools across Hong Kong will again close Monday. They were also closed Thursday and Friday. Many universities have already suspended classes for the rest of the semester. The latest demonstrations come after some mainland Chinese soldiers made a rare appearance on Hong Kong's street Saturday. China has garrisoned I cannot pronounce this. Garrisoned PLA troops in Hong Kong since the 1997 handover of the former British colony. The soldiers here mostly keep to their barracks and are broadly meant to operate in the city only if the local government asks for assistance. The possibility that Beijing might use its military to crush Hong Kong's protest movement has hung over the demonstrations for months. On Thursday, China's leader Xi Jinping spoke at an international meeting of emerging market leaders, exhorting Hong Kong to restore order. A Hong Kong government spokesman said Saturday that the PLA garrison's help in removing roadblocks was purely a voluntary community activity. The Hong Kong government didn't request assistance from mainland Chinese soldiers, the spokesman said. The protests, initially triggered by a now withdrawn extradition bill, have since turned into an anti-government movement, worried about alleged police brutality and China's increasing encroachment on this semi-autonomous city. Some of the ugliest incidents between protesters and police occurred during the most recent work week, rendering highways and tunnels unusable, disrupting public transit, and frequently leaving the city's bustling financial district under a fog of tear gas. Write to Steven Rusolillo at steven.rusolillo. I will spell it RUSSOLILLO at JSJ, I mean WSJ.com. Steven Rusolillo at WSJ.com. Thank you.